How much time do you spend planning your work, strategizing, and how much time do you spend actually making it, and how much are you actually outputting? For me, I used to spend so much time just planning, strategizing, figuring it all out, and I the output was much lower because I was, spending so much time preparing it, working on it, and ended up having a very low output. And what I told myself was, this is all about quality, right? Like I'm spending so much time preparing, planning, working on the thing before putting it out. And I'm talking about anything creative. I was a screenwriter in Hollywood and a director as well, and writing scripts, making movies, and then social media content, which I've been focusing more on recently. But historically, my whole thing was, okay, I'm going to make something great, so I got to spend a long time working on it. And of course, that is true. But in hindsight, I think that if I had actually focused more on quantity, that the quality would have gone up over time. And in other words, it would have led to better work. Those individual pieces or scripts or movie that I spent a lot of time on, that one might not have been as good at the time, but because if I just kept making more, it would have led to better work over time. I'm approaching this strategy now with these videos that I'm making, like the one you're watching right now. I've been making these daily for 40-something days now, and the reason I'm making them every day is because then I'm not so focused on the quality in the sense of like I'm planning and I'm preparing, I'm making it perfect. And when I'm talking about this quality, using the word quality, I'm not talking about trying to make it good. I'm trying to make it as good as I can. The point is not trying to make it perfect, right? Not trying to make it world class, which is previously how I would approach everything. So I spent years making one movie, and I spent years, the number of scripts I wrote over the number of years I wrote, I think it averaged to maybe somewhere between 1 and 2 scripts a year. And movie scripts are long and they take a long time to write well. And of course I was doing many drafts, and not just writing one draft, but writing many drafts. And these scripts are anywhere from 90 to 120 pages usually. So it does take a while, but I kept rewriting and rewriting. And in hindsight, I wish I'd written something like 3 scripts a year or something like that, 3 movie scripts a year, or even more, right? And so the ones that I finished and have now, those might not have been as good because I would have left them at an earlier draft. But I think eventually I would have had even better scripts. And same thing, I made one movie. If I made more movies, they would have got even better. Now, I'm doing that with these videos now, these daily videos, where the first 30 days I had no plan or outline. Like every morning I would sit down and I would just come up with some basic idea, concept to start off, and then start talking, and then I would just talk. And you can look on my channel. They're anywhere from 12 to 22 minutes, somewhere in that, I think. And for the first 30 days, I just talk, right? And so no outline, no plan. And that was very uncomfortable for me. Like I said, I'm a huge planner, huge preparer, huge figure it outer. I always want to figure out the entire chess game before I make the first move. I don't want to play out the whole game in my head, every single move. But then only then when I see the checkmate at the end, will I make the first move, right? And that approach to life, I don't think has served me overall, or at least I definitely want to change it now. I think there were definitely some benefits to it, and in terms of I did plan out some things and make and execute them, and making a movie certainly takes a lot of planning no matter what, and a lot of executing on that plan. And I did take that, the movie I made from start of just my basic idea, all the writing the script, putting together cast, crew, and the money, directing it, overseeing post-production, and then getting it distributed on Amazon Prime and Apple TV. This approach certainly served me in doing all that. I couldn't have done that without planning it out. But I'm also just seeing that I limited myself in the past a lot because I was so focused on planning out the perfect strategy that I missed opportunities that didn't fit in to what I foresaw. I foresaw a certain chess game, but there were perhaps other opportunities, not perhaps, there were other opportunities that I missed because I was so focused on one particular way to play the game, right? One particular focus and strategy and execution that I missed all these other opportunities that came in. And I didn't, like I said, I didn't put enough. I didn't make, in my opinion, I didn't write enough. I didn't make enough. And if I had, my work would be better. I'd like to think also like there'd be different career effects. In other words, external jobs, directing movies and scripts getting sold and et cetera, et cetera. I can't say that's speculative, but I'm sure my work would be better at this point. And I think that, hold on a second. Excuse me. I think that I'm talking in this video about focusing on quantity over quality, but the ultimate point is quality. In other words, the ultimate goal is mastery, is fantastic work of some kind, or work, art, I'm using work in the general sense. And so approaching it more like I'm trying to develop my skills and master something similar to playing a musical instrument or a sport. You have to practice a lot to get good. Professional musicians practice every day. Professional athletes practice every day. The idea of doing it every day, obviously that's how you're going to get much better and the work's going to get better. So that's why I'm saying focus over quantity, because you need more reps. It's like going to the gym, showing up regularly, daily ideally, and continuing to do stuff, to make stuff, whatever it is, if it's YouTube videos or tweets, or it's your art or your work or your side hustle that you're trying to launch a business and get out of your 9-to-5 job, whatever the case may be, doing it more and not worrying about the quality in the short term, right? The focus is quality in the long term, right? That's the goal, is exceptional quality in the long term. To get there, somewhat paradoxically, I'm suggesting that you let go of quality in the short term. In other words, don't worry about quality in the short term. Just focus on quantity. Just focus on doing the reps, making stuff, creating whatever the case may be, not strategizing, but actually making it, right? So not spending too much time with your social media content strategy, but actually just making content. Not spending too much time taking writing or art classes or business classes or courses or coaching, whatever the case may be, but just more time actually doing it. And that's not to knock any kind of educational products or services, because I've spent $20,000 US at least on various courses and coaching programs. So not to mention books, podcasts, etc. I'm a fan of that, of that, and any kind of educational content that will help. But what I'm suggesting is that you make sure you're doing it a lot also, because people, including myself, procrastinate a lot by doing the education. I got to learn how to do it. So I'm going to spend all this time in a course or a coaching program or reading books and all that, and they don't actually do the thing. Focus on quantity, let go of quality, just doing it, and yeah, supplement and be doing education at the same time. That's great, but don't procrastinate with it. Don't do that instead of actually doing the work. And the focus is just on you getting better, right? Don't worry about the external validation. Don't worry about how people are responding. If you look at, this is a video 40 something in a row. If you look at my channel, you'll see these videos are barely getting any views. So if I was concerned or focused with how many views it was getting, you'd not be seeing this video, because I would have quit a long time ago. But right now I'm just like not focused on quality, just everyday quantity, just get out a video and just trusting that the quality will get better over time and it will keep getting better. And then it will lead to, at least I'll get better at it. I don't know. Hopefully it will lead to some external results also. I'd like more people to see this. I'd like more people to join me in my journey here of creative redemption. After I flamed out in Hollywood, seeking to redeem myself creatively and really create meaningful work, particularly in the age of algorithms and AI, which I talk about more in other videos. But I'm hoping that, yeah, people will watch these videos and join me in my journey. But if you are watching this, yes, commit to actually doing and creating consistently, right? Just create stuff. Don't worry about the quality. Keep creating, ideally every day, and less time strategizing, planning, and figuring it out, less time learning, and more time doing. And you will get better day after day, and it will lead to high quality, and it will lead to external results of some kind. But more importantly, you'll become better. And when you're better, when your skills are better, then that opens up the opportunities, and it opens up you just as a person feeling good about yourself because you've become great at something. People dismiss the effect of mastery just on how you feel about yourself. Becoming great at something, it feels good. It's how our brains are wired. Pursue mastery and trust that will lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Thanks for watching this video. Tune back in tomorrow. I'm making these videos every day, like I've mentioned a few times in this video. And reach out to me if this resonates, and tell me about what you're working on. And thanks for watching. Bye.